Now this is also a very interesting example of recursion. Suppose you want to display the nth term of a Fibonacci series. If you remember what is a Fibonacci series, it is a series where the next member is calculated by adding the previous two members, right? Here I am assuming that my Fibonacci series starts from 0, right? So the series will be what? The series will be, the Fibonacci series will be 0, 1, then 1, 2, then sum of previous two numbers 3, then 5, then 8, like this it will go on, right? So you need at least two members to find out the next member in the series. Okay. Now see how the code has been written here. If the number which you are calculating is less than 2, it should return n minus 1. That means if value of n is 1, it should return 0. Right? This is the base case. First value of the Fibonacci series, first term of the Fibonacci series. Otherwise, if the term which you are calculating is more than 2, it will come in the else part. Else part, what we have written, this is, see how it is easy to understand. What you are doing, you are just adding the previous two members, right? Return, and you just add the previous two members to calculate the nth term, right? If you have to calculate the third term, you have to calculate the first and second term, right? If you have to calculate fourth term, you have to, fourth term is what? It is the addition of previous two terms. So it is very easy to write here, but this time here Fibonacci has been called within itself two times. See, here also the function is called, here also the function is called. That is why it becomes more interesting, right? It has been called two times. Now let us execute this code. See, only 3 lines of code, 4 lines of code. You have a Fibonacci, name of the function, value of n. If n is less than or equal to 2, that means if n is either 0 or 1, right? So you need at least two members, na? For that this condition is written. If it is 1, it should return n minus 1. If it is if it is 2, it should return 1. If it is 1, it will return 0, right? So the series is starting from 0, right? Now let us run this code. Suppose I want the fifth term of the series, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So fifth term is what? 3, right? It is displaying fifth term is 3. Okay, again this is also very important from the examination point of view, right? Then you have one more very important function using recursion. That is, the other examples I will give you this file. You can try out the other examples yourself. Okay, so here is an example of binary search. Now what is meant by a binary search? I am giving you a link here to understand what is binary search. You can click on this link and see what is meant by binary search. What is a binary search? It is searching which is done on the data which has been arranged either in ascending order or in descending order. That means in order to have a binary search, you should have data which is arranged either in ascending order or in descending order. Okay, you think of the notebooks of your class. Suppose I take your notebooks for correction. Right now, if these notebooks are arranged in ascending order, right, 1 then 2 then 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, suppose there are 15 notebooks arranged as per their roll numbers. Okay, now suppose I want to search, let us say 10th roll number. So what I'll do, I will divide this 1 to 15 in two halves. Right, this 1 to 15 will be, because I know that it has been arranged. Now I want to search the 10th roll number. So what I'll do, this whole bunch of your, this whole heap of your notebooks I will divide in two halves. Right, starting from 1 to 15. Right, 1 plus 15, that is 16. 16 divided by 2 is what? 8. So what I'll do, 1 to 8 and 8 to 9 to 15 will be two groups of these textbooks, right, 1 to 8 and 9 to 15. Now I will check, I have to search which roll number? 10. 10 falls in which group, whether it falls in this half or whether it falls in the other half. So I'll compare with 9. If 10 is, if the roll number which I am searching is greater than the lower value of this half, yes, it is greater than the lower value. What is the lower value of this half? 9 to 15, right? So I will come to know that my textbook is in this half. So what I will do, 1 to 8 I will straight away discard, right? Then again from this group I will again divide it into two halves and check whether the notebook appears in the first half or second half. So every time I am dividing these group of notebooks in two halves, and then I am checking whether the notebook which I am searching will fall in the first half or it will fall in the second half. That is why it is known as binary search. Okay. So in binary search you need the list of values, right? You need a list of values on which you want to search. Then you need a value which is to be searched in this list. Now this list must be arranged in ascending order in my case, right? You can create a code, you can write a code where the list is in descending order. Then I should know the beginning position and the last position, right? Within this data set I want to search from where till where, right? Then within this function, if begin is greater than last, that means after dividing the groups into half, you may reach a situation where your this beginning position will come after this end position, right? So if that is the case, you must stop dividing your data set, right? So that is the base condition. If beginning position is greater than the last position, you have to return -1. That is the base condition where recursion will stop, one of the base condition. Then I will find out the mid position. What will be the mid position if there are 15 notebooks, right? So the index will start from 0 till 14. So my begin index will be what? 0. 0 plus 14 is 14. 14 divided by 2 will return 7, because I have to divide this data set into two halves now, right? So if there are 15 notebooks, begin index will start from 0, last index will go up to 14. 0 plus 14 is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. If you don't put double division here, what will happen? This is floor division. You will not get integer, right? I want integer here after dividing, because indexes are integers. So if there are 15 notebooks, index 0 plus 14 will give you 7. Now it is checking. Suppose you want to search roll number 10. 10 is equal to mid position. The value which has been saved at the mid position, whether it is equal to the value which you are searching. If it is equal, then it will return that value. That is what you are searching. You will get your searched value. So this is another base condition. In a function you can have more than one base. Okay. Then if this condition is also false, then you will check whether the value you are searching will fall in this half, first half, or it falls in the second half. So here you are checking if val is less than the value which is saved at the middle position. Then what you have to do? You have to search in this half only. So your last from this last position should come here before the middle position. So this will become your data set, right? 0 till 6, right? So in this case you are searching for value 10, right? It has divided up to 7. So last, this condition will become false, right? So it will come in the else part. Low will be mid plus 1. That means you have come to know that your value falls in the later half, right? So now your beginning position should be what? Just the position which is after the middle position, right? So this will become beginning position and last will remain as last. So you have divided the data set in a second in half, and then now you have to search this half only, right? Then again it is calling, after changing begin or last, it has called the binary search function again with the list value which is to be searched, and begin and last will be changed. This is the recursive call now. Okay. Now in the main area I am reading a list of numbers, item which is to be searched, and then in the result I have called binary search. This binary search will return -1 if the item is not found. If it will not find the item, then it will return -1, right? Otherwise it will return the index where the item is located in the list. Okay. First we will execute it. Enter list in ascending order. So I will enter a list, let us say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Okay. Now suppose I want to search for item 2. Oops. Just a second. It is not meeting the base condition. There was a silly mistake here. Instead of BEG, I had written LOW. Okay. So I make mistakes so that I will come to know that the students are following this or not. Okay. Now again let us execute it. 1, 2, I'll enter 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 and 110. Okay, suppose I want to search for item, let us say 90. 90 found at index 8. Let us confirm 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and this is 8th index of the list. So my code is working properly. Now let us try to understand the execution of this code. Okay, it is asking me to enter list of integers in ascending order: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and I'll take even number of values, because the index, if it is odd number of values, right, middle index will come very nicely, right? In odd values, how the data set will be divided into two halves. Okay, it will be done properly. Click on submit, then next. It is asking me to search the item, to item which I want to search. Suppose I want to search, let us say 40. I want to search 40 in this list. Okay, I have clicked on submit. So it has created a list named ls. These are the index of the list. There is a function binary search. Okay, now it is executing this statement. Res is equal to binary search. It has called the function with the list item to be searched. Begin initially is 0th location, and last initially will be what? The last index of the list. How you will find the last index of the list? Length of the list minus 1. So in this case, begin will be 0 and last will be 5. See, now the function has been called. LST is also pointing where ls was pointing, right? Then value of val is 40. I want to search 40. Item to be searched is 40 na. So here 40 will be copied in val. Begin is 0 and last is 5. Okay, starting from 0th index, initially I want to search the complete array. Okay, now move on to the next statement. If begin is greater than last, 0 is greater than 5, no. So it will calculate mid. Okay, mid is equal to 0 plus 5 divided by 2, right? So instead of 2.2, mid will become 2. This is floor division. 5 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, so you have found mid. Now what it is doing, it is checking whether 40 is equal to LST of 2. What is LST of 2? LST of 2 is 30. So what it is checking? It is checking whether 40 is equal to 30. No. No means it has come in elif. Now what it is checking? 40 falls in which half? Whether it falls in the first half or whether it falls in the next half. So you are checking whether 40 is less than LST of 2. 40 is less than 30. No. Right? So it will again go to the else part. Again it has come in the else part, and then what you have to do? Now you have to change the beginning position, because you have come to know that 40 will fall in the later half. Right? So begin. See, now begin is 0. After executing this statement, begin should become mid plus 1. Mid value you have already checked here, right? Then you have come to know that the value which you are searching will fall in this second half, right? So now see, beginning is now 3. Now you have to search from 3 to 5 only. You have divided the array in 2 half, and you have come to know your value falls in this half. You have to search in the later half only. Then this statement again it is calling binary search with the changed values. Okay, so now value of LST will be same. You are searching value 40. Begin this time is 3 and last this time is 5. That means you will search in this half only. Okay, so it has called the function. Click on next. If begin is greater than last, no. Now it will find out mid. So what will be mid? 3 plus 5 divided by 2, right? 3 plus 5 is what? 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So value of mid is 4, right? Now it is checking if the value which you are searching falls at that middle position. LST of 4 is what? 50, right? So this condition again will become false. You click on next. So it will come in the else part. Now the value which you are searching falls in this half or this half, right? Again 40 is less than LST of mid is 50. 40 is less than 50, yes, this time, right? So now value of last will change, right? Now see what is the current value of last. Last is 5. Now it has come here. 40 is less than LST of mid, so your last should become mid plus 1. So your last should become mid minus 1, sorry. Last is mid minus 1 here. So your last will become 3. What was the mid position? 4, right? So now last is also 3, begin is also 3, okay? Where the control has come, see, now it has come again to the return statement, binary search. Now it will call the list with LST, value of val 40, 3 and 3. See here. List, value 40 is to be searched, begin is 3 and last is also 3 this time, right? Again it has come in the function binary search. If begin is greater than last, no. So mid is equal to begin plus last. 3 plus 3 divided by 2, again you will get 3. So now mid is 3 now. See, mid is 3, okay? If val is equal to LST of mid, value is 40, mid is 3, so val is equal to LST of mid in this case, yes. So it will return 3 here, right? Next. So it has come here, see, within this if statement, return mid. So when you click on next, return value will be 3. 3, where it will go? To the binary search here. From here it was called, na? So first control will be returned here, then it will be returned here, then it will return to the main function. If I click on next, it has returned here. Here also return value will become 3 because you had called binary search, na? So earlier binary search is returning 3, so this binary search will also return 3, right? Then again this binary search will again return 3, and finally this 3 will be returned here in the main area. So RES will save 3 if 3 is greater than or equal to 0, yes. It will go to the next, then it will print item, that is value of item is 40 found at index 3, 40 found at index 3. Then why this if else is written? If suppose the value which you are not searching, the value which you are searching is not there in the list, the binary search will return value -1, right? So if it is -1, this condition will become false and it will come here, sorry, item not found. Okay. Now children, see, until you execute these code yourself, you will not be able to understand it properly. You execute all these codes yourself, execute in Python tutor also. You will come to know how internally it is being executed. Binary search, Fibonacci series and factorial using recursion are very important from the examination point of view. So please do try all these codes yourself and try to understand recursion properly.